Good morning and welcome to Peace Out, where we are all learning together to peace out. And I'm working on it myself this morning. I wonder if you are, right? I'm so glad you're watching. I'm so glad you're listening. However, you're getting this little morning devotions called Peace Out, because we can always peace out. And there's always something trying to get us to not peace out, right? It is such a chore to peace out. There's so many things going on in the world. There's so many things going on in our lives. There's so many things. We just thought the pandemic was bad, right? Just so many things. And so we've been learning together how the process of piecing out. And I hope that over these almost 5.5 years, let's say it that way, I'm giving you some strategies. I'm having to use some of those strategies myself, even this morning. And so here's what I was thinking this morning. You can't think two thoughts at one time. Now, my brain goes like 10 train engines, or Google. You do a Google search, you got all these tabs open, right? You got all these different ways to go. My brain can do that. A lot of our brains can do that and go, oh, here, can run from here to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. But it can't think of two things at once. Your brain literally cannot do it. You can't make words in your brain think words on two things at the same time. One thing may make you think of another, and you may connect this string of thoughts, right, that makes this big choo-choo train that runs around your head going choo-choo. Yeah, that's Looney Bins, I know, right? Anyway, but you can't actually think two thoughts. And so, and that's the conclusion I came to this morning when I started adding up the bad stuff. I was going, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm not going to do this. God, give me wisdom on this. I was turning them into prayers. I wasn't doing it badly, right? I wasn't doing something wrong. I was turning all my concerns into prayers, like Paul says, bring all your cares, Peter said it, I guess, bring all your cares to the Lord. Let him do the caring for you, and let him be your caregiver, be your caretaker, right? I was thinking of that. I was turning them into prayers and giving my concerns back to him and waiting on him. That's where true peace comes. But as I was doing that, I started getting all tense because I realized how much was going on that I was giving over to the Lord right this morning. And then I thought, you know what? An old song came to mind, and I chased this thought, right? And it was Count Your Blessings. And the song goes, count your blessings, count them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done, right? You grew up in church, anywhere in the South especially, back in the day, that was a big song that they used to sing, was Count Your Blessings. And I thought, maybe I need to do that. And then that's when I thought, I can't have two thoughts at one time. One can interrupt the other, obviously, right? But I can't have two thoughts. So if I turn my thoughts to what God has done, how God has blessed me, how he has kept me, and all the things he's done, I've got my mind off of the things that are going on around me. I can't have my thought. I can't have anxiety and excitement at the same time. So you can't have two feelings at one time. You can have a lot. Well, maybe you can have two feelings at one time, but you can't think two thoughts. So I started thinking about the blessings. I was thinking that Chris's finger started to heal. At least the wound is healed. He's still got a ways to go. But I started thinking of the wound closing. I started thinking for this and thinking for this client because I told her I make some money. And so as I began to thank him, I thought, this is really good. It really does begin to calm that anxiety inside when you start realizing God is working in your life. There are things to be thankful for. There are things to be grateful for. So I thought, I bet there's plenty of Psalms about that. And sure enough, Psalm 66 came up. And in Psalm 66, he's talked, it doesn't say who wrote it, it just says to the chief musician. It's a psalm, and it starts talking about just worshiping God and how awesome his works are. But he made some key statements, because this is not an hour-long sermon. This is just supposed to be a 10-minute devotion, right? And he said, he starts saying, he keeps our soul. He keeps our soul among the living. He keeps us alive. That one breath he breathed into Adam, right? That one breath is keeping us all alive. But he said, the psalmist says, he keeps my soul. He keeps me. He's my keeper. And then he goes on down, he says, yeah, you've tested us. We've been through the fire, the psalmist says. We've been through the fire, and yet you brought us out. God brought us out. We've been afflicted. We've had troubles. We've gone through fire and through water. Now that should make you think of Isaiah 43, where Isaiah says, where God is speaking through Isaiah and tells the people, his people, When you go through the waters, they won't overcome you. They won't overflow you. When you go through the fire, it won't burn you, because he's with us. When he goes with us through the fire, he doesn't wait on the other side. He doesn't cheer us on from behind. He's with us in the fires of life. And we see that picture of that with the 3 Hebrew children who were thrown into the fiery furnace when they wouldn't bow to the idol that the king set up. And then the king goes, wait, we threw 3 men in there, and there's 4. There's a 4th one. He looks like one of the son of the gods. One of the gods that are walking around, and get those people out of there. And then, of course, only 3 came out. But God's presence was, we could see that picture of how he went through the fire with those guys, right? They didn't have to face it alone. They didn't. He brought them out. And we go through that. And then on down in verse 16, this is a good psalm to go read today, Psalm 66. It has a lot of really cool stuff in it. I'm trying to skip over, right? But in verse 16, it says, come and hear, all you who fear God. I will declare what he has done for my soul. What has he done for your soul? God is with us. He gives us peace. We have new mercies this morning. It's morning. Yep. We got new mercies in. They're all prepared for us to rely on them today. God has prepared mercies for us to rely on today. He has given us an open invitation to come before his throne of mercy to find grace to help in time of need. Right? He's given us grace, and his grace, he told Paul, never runs out. I can say God is gracious to my soul. He has given me wisdom when I didn't know what to do. He has healed my body. He has taken away. We can look at Psalm 103. He's healed all my diseases, forgiven all my sins. He has made me glad. He is always with me. I had just talked to myself happy. I'm excited now. I was not liking this day, right? Just be honest, right? And now I'm excited because I'm like, I can go through today. Today is no big deal because it's just like yesterday. God will be right here with me. And if the fire comes, he's taking me through it. If the flood comes, he's taking me through it. He will keep my soul. And then I will declare, God brought me through again. And he brought me through again. I thought I wasn't going to make it, but he brought me through again. And all our task is, our work part is to just keep trusting him, because he's keeping our souls. He's keeping us. And all we have to do is have just enough faith. And he even gave us that. Romans tells us that he gave every man a measure of faith. He even gave us the faith we were going to need to get back to him, to trust him, to get saved, to come into the fold, to come back to the cross and accept that forgiveness for our sins. He's given us literally everything we need for life and godliness. 2 Peter 1:2. He gave us everything we need for the flesh, life, and godliness, our spirit man. God's got us covered. And that's why I'm going to peace out today. Have a great day. Peace out. I'll see you again tomorrow.